Hey guys, welcome to another video. It's just going to be a little one today, just a quick kitchen restock. Just a few things I need to top up on. There would have been more and it would have been a much bigger video, but I literally filmed this video 2 weeks ago, give or take. And it's just been, well, everything. I don't know if Mercury is in retrograde or something's going on, I'm sure. But the last month and a half, pretty much, it's been probably the worst month and a half of my life so far. Anyway, touch wood. I've gone through 3 ovens. Well, we're on the 3rd oven now. First one broke, replacement one broke, 3rd one thankfully works. Washing machine broke, car went into limp mode, and then my dad seemed a bit confused when I spoke to him on the phone, but he'd had a scan the month before and it was all clear. But yeah, he sounded a bit confused, and I spoke to my stepmom about it. She was worried too. And then literally the next day he fell over. She couldn't get him back up. He was really confused. We kind of thought like, oh no, maybe dementia or something like that. She took him to the hospital to get him checked, and they basically found a tumour. That was 2 weeks ago. I found that out literally the evening that I was cutting these onions. So obviously that's why I didn't get the video out sooner. Thankfully, they literally did the surgery a couple of days ago and it all went really well. They took out over 95% of it. Unfortunately, it's glioblastoma, so it probably will grow back at some point. But for now, anyway, he's healing up nicely, so that's the main thing. And he got through a 9-hour brain surgery okay. So, yeah, it's been one hell of a month and a half. So I'm sorry for taking so long to get this video out. And thank you to everybody for all the well wishes from my dad and stuff as well. I've let him know, and he really appreciates the fact that half of you are in random states in America and all across the world. So yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, onions, I just cut loads up. I have a bit of a hack for onions as well. I cannot believe I'm actually going to put this out there on the internet, but I'm a wuss. I can't even be in the same room as onion being cut without my eyes just pouring, like literally melting out the sockets. Yeah, so I'm just gonna out myself as a massive weirdo I am. So anytime I cut onions, I put on either swimming goggles or my snorkeling mask because I'm a wuss like that. But yeah, anyway, onions and the mushrooms, I was putting them into their own bags for spaghetti bolognese, and then I did some without mushrooms that I could use for either like cottage pie. Is it cottage pie or shepherd's pie? No, it's cottage pie. Yeah, for cottage pie and for sloppy joes as well, because that's become a new favourite for me now. And it's so quick and easy to make as well. So yeah, glad I tried that. I bagged all the onions up thinking, yeah, I could just grab a handful when I need them, and then remembered I did need them. So that was kind of pointless. So all the minced beef that we got, or ground beef, whatever you want to call it, I got a couple of bags of it. I used most of it for the bags for spaghetti bolognese and sloppy joes. I think I got like 6 bags of those out of it. And then we had burgers for tea that night, and I also managed to get 5 burgers out of it to put in the freezer. I'm quite enjoying doing that, to be honest. The price of burgers has gone up quite a bit, and I do find it cheaper to just buy the meat and the onions and just make them myself. And you could choose then if you want like really thick burgers or like sort of more flat ones. I cut up some cheese and put chopped up cheese in one of my other videos. That turned out really nice as well. Yeah, so just divided the meat up for the bags, put them away, and then onto the burgers. The ones for the freezer, I did like really flat. I thought it'd be nice to do it like that and see how they turned out. And they kind of come out, they looked like, once they were cooked, they looked like McDonald's burgers, but just nicer and actual cow meat. I have no clue what McDonald's burgers are made out of, but I'm not sure people should be eating them. Yeah, it looked like them, but much nicer and tasted a lot nicer. So I don't trust McDonald's at all. I really don't trust their food. Oh dear. But yeah, anyway, that's probably just the conspiracy theorist in me, to be fair. But yeah, anyway, after the burgers, I bought 3 bulbs of garlic, and I was planning on I don't know what the right word is. Mushing them up? I don't know, we'll go with that anyway. Plan on mushing them up, and then put them into ice cube trays. So then when I'm cooking, I can just sort of like pop one out and chuck it in with the food. I obviously freeze them, and then once they're froze, put them in like a freezer bag. But 2 of them were really weird, and I've never seen anything like it, and I just didn't trust it, so I didn't use any of it. I used just the one bulb. The other ones, I don't even know how to explain it. They were like orange and jelly. I don't know if you've ever seen anything like it, but I haven't, so I was just like, yeah, they're going in the bin. Not eating those. So yeah, I only ended up with 1, so I didn't quite get like the big square cubes that I was hoping for. I just kind of wanted to make sure that I was going to get a couple of meals out of it. So yeah, mushed them all up. I put them through the like musher. Can't you tell all these technical words? You guys are learning so much from me today. Yeah, the musher. Put them through the musher twice to make sure it was obviously mushed up properly. Sorry guys. Yeah, I don't know what the correct word is, so I'm just calling it musher. But yeah, put them in, sort of squish it down a little bit, and then obviously froze it and put them in freezer bags. Shame about the other 2 bulbs, but it is what it is. I don't plan on eating any orange jelly garlic. Then onto the ice lollies. I bought a big pack of the lolly sticks so I can just make loads and freeze them. My kids are obsessed with ice lollies, especially when the weather's nice. Last few days it's been quite nice. So yeah, thought I'd make quite a few of those. Really like eating them so much. I think rather than like the shop bought ones that are pretty much just frozen sugar, I thought get a load of fruit, blend it up, and then they can literally go to town on it really, because they're just eating a load of fruit, frozen fruit on a stick pretty much. So I made load with oranges, and then I bought some other oranges. I thought they were going to be like the blood oranges, but they weren't. They were some sort of in-between thing. I don't really know. They were nice though. They looked really weird. They almost looked like you didn't really want to eat them, but yeah, I mean, they were nice. So, and the kids have loved them as well. So I literally just scrape out, try and get as much of the juice out as I can, and I scrape out a lot of the actual like orange as well. I don't even bother blending it up, to be honest. I just chuck it in like that. Freeze as well. They eat it nicely, and they don't really get in as much of a mess as well as what they would with normal ice lollies. So I think the bits, like the orange bits in it, kind of help it hold together, so they don't end up like losing half of it. I was talking to my dad about it as well, and he said like, surely isn't that like quite an expensive way of doing it? But once you've got the moulds, you can make them cheaper. Obviously you don't have to use fruit, but for a bag of oranges it's about £1, £1.50 at Tesco's, so it's not really, you know. And you could get, from a whole bag of oranges, you'll easily get like the 8, maybe even like an extra tray. So you get like a good 8 to 12 ice lollies for about £1.50. And then obviously you've got the moulds, you can reuse them loads. So another thing you can do as well, if you're in England, obviously in America they don't have it. I don't know what the equivalent would be, but you can use squash to do it. For any Americans watching, I don't mean like butternut squash or anything like that. I mean a drink that we have. Another thing you can do as well is use frozen fruit. I actually broke my blender. Well, I mean, it just, I don't know, it gave up. I didn't do anything to it, it just broke. So maybe it's the strawberries are a bit big, and like maybe it's not quite powerful enough for it, but it's supposed to be like a little juicer thing, so I don't know. But yeah, it broke anyway, so I had to use my hand blender and hope to God that that didn't break too, because then I really would be screwed. So but yeah, Tesco's is like £3 I think for a big bag of mixed berry, like frozen berries. And obviously you can blend that up with a little bit of water and put that in as well. At first I put just enough water just to try and soften up some of the berries a little bit, and it came out quite thick and strong tasting as well, so I was able to put a bit more water with the next lot, kind of dilute it a bit more, make it go further, and it still tasted really nice. But yeah, that's about all I got done this time. I will try and get another big sort of meal prep one done soon. And I also need to restart my sourdough starter because I accidentally killed it. So I could maybe do a video on that. I tried so many different videos and all the measuring and stuff, and I just find it really not helpful at all. The moment I gave up on measuring and started chucking things in, it just started working really well. So I'll maybe do a video on that method of just chucking stuff in and hoping for the best. I seem to do that for most of my life, to be honest with you. But yeah, hope you found this video useful, and thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!